Thank you all so much for stopping by today. So, it has been raining off and on for a very long time. And we have had a chance to harvest almost all of our garlic. A lot of times I like to go ahead and stop watering in that area when I'm about to pull my garlic, but I want to go ahead and get it pulled because we have some other things that we want to plant. But what I want to share with you today is three tips that I tried last season into this season, because what we did was we let our garlic overwinter. We plant our garlic in the fall, it slows down growth, it overwinters, and then in the spring it picks back up. But I want to share with you three things that we did that I will be doing from now on that made all the difference in my size bulbs, garlic bulbs, this season, and I'm super excited. And I'm ready to grow some more because I feel like I have cracked the code. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So before I talk to you about the three things that we did that I think helped a lot, especially for southern growers, because let me just give you a little history. For southern growers, a lot of times it just doesn't get cold enough for garlic, and so I still grow it, but the bulbs are not as big as the bulbs that I got like this year. And so that's why I want to share the three tips with you. And we have a few that are a little bit bigger. We're still cleaning them up. And see, this is why I like to not water that area before I pull it so that it could be dry, because these are still a little bit wet, and these are the ones that we'll go ahead and use up, because we use lots and lots and lots of garlic in our house, like seriously on a daily basis. So let me share with you the three tips that I did. But first, I want to remind you all, because we talked about this in our live a little bit, and someone had asked me the varieties that we grew. So we go live, or we try to go live every Monday at noon and every Friday at 6 p.m. on IG Live and YouTube Live. If you want to be notified when we do go live, make sure you text the word Let's Grow, LETSGROW, to 474747. Let's Grow to 474747. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. So I knew I was on to something, because about 3 to 4 weeks before I actually pulled the garlic, y'all, I started getting garlic scapes, and they were so beautiful. And here's my tip for that: when you see garlic scapes, you can totally use that. Go ahead and cut it off. You can use it in stir fry, you can add it to vegetables, but cut that off, because you want the plant to continue to put energy into producing you even bigger bulbs. So when I saw them coming up, we went ahead and we cut them all off, and we let them stay in the ground for a few more weeks, maybe like a good 3 or 4 weeks before we actually pull them. A good indicator to know when to pull them is when the stalks of the garlic, like the first two 1 to 2 sets of leaves have died, or they're brown. So that's my indicator to let me know that those are ready. And like I said, a few of them stayed in there a little bit longer because we've been getting lots and lots of rain. So the next thing I want to tell you is the different varieties that we got. So last year I was on like a hunt trying to get some garlic, and I did find some at Keen Garlic. I'll make sure that I link their website in the description, and they have all types. But this is what I did different, y'all. Okay, so first let me just go over the different types that we ordered. So we ordered Enchilium Red, and I hope I'm saying this right, Nootka Rose, Persian Star, Red Grain, and Early Italian. So the first tip that I have is I tried to choose varieties that were great for southern zones, because a lot of times for us here in zone 8B, it just does not get cold enough for those garlic to bulb up. And so that's how we have little small bulbs. You can still use them. Like last year I made garlic powder with what I grew, but I've never had bulbs that seriously came out like this big. Okay, so the second thing that I did is I once I received my garlic order from Keen Garlic, is I went in and I put the garlic in the crisper, the bottom of the refrigerator, for about 10 weeks. And I just let it stay there. And that is going to simulate the cold period for us southern growers. That's going to be like the winter for them. So in late winter, what I did was I went ahead, I prepped my bed, making sure that we had the right nutrients in there, but I added a little bit of bone meal. Bone meal is good for bulbing up plants. I use bone meal a lot. So I added some bone meal in, and then I planted the garlic. So the 3 tips are: I chose a southern variety. I put them in the refrigerator. You can do about 8 to 12 weeks. It just depends. And then what I did is I planted them in late winter, because what you have to realize for us, y'all, late winter is still like kind of warm. We don't get cold until like February. So we did that. And then when we did plant our bed, we prepped it. We put the proper amendments in there for our soil, and then we put some bone meal. But then, as we did have slow growth, so in the winter you still get a little growth, but it's very slow. So once spring came, I went ahead, when it started warming up, I went ahead and I did what was called a side dress. Okay, and so what I did was take that bone meal and I side dress the garlic. So the garlic is growing, it's doing good. I side dressed it. I let the garlic grow. Everything's looking good. It's growing like it's supposed to. Then I did one more side dressing of bone meal, and I just left it like that. So at that time, everything was beautiful. It was green, and I just knew it, y'all. I just knew we were going to have some beautiful bulbs, big bulbs of garlic. So once the garlic scapes started to come up, and garlic scapes you're normally going to see on your hardneck garlic. So we grew a lot of variety of hardneck. Okay, you're going to see that on the hardneck varieties. So once the garlic scapes came, I went ahead and I cut those off, and we've used pretty much all of those. And then I waited a few weeks. I watched the bottom part of the garlic, and once they started to die back, we tried to pull them. Now we still have just a few more. When I say a few more, but it's just been raining so much. But I am happy to report, like, this is like the biggest garlic bulbs that we've grown since we've been here in coastal Georgia. So you have to figure out what works. This is what works for us, and I hope that if you are in a southern zone, that you will try this too and let me know if this works for you. Also, if you have some other great tips you'd like to share, put those in the comments and let us know so that we can try. I'm very happy with our harvest this year. We do not have to buy garlic for a while because we planted almost 3 beds, 2.5 beds full of garlic. I'm going to do is I'm still going to order some more garlic from Keen, but I'm also going to take some of my best cloves and some of the different types of garlic that I had, and I'm going to replant those. I'm going to put them in the refrigerator again, let them simulate that cold period, and then put those in the ground again, because now those garlic cloves are acclimated to my climate. So I always do that with things like the garlic. I've saved some great bulbs or save some great cloves, and then I will replant that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you share this video with your family and your friends. If you're not a subscriber, we would absolutely love to have you as a subscriber, so make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and until the next video, bye-bye.